Los Angeles has lost his license after
Jaden, you good?
telling a father to give his little boy.
Oh no, am I?
I was getting ready to text you. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me? You hear? No, do I need to?
Hey, now are you telling me, are you?
What we'll do is we will just send it back to regular program. Don't get turned up.
Were confiscated. Some of the birds were badly injured. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Thousands of football fans are starting to roll into Atlanta for Super Bowl 53. A winter storm also is on its way, forecast to hit Atlanta tomorrow morning. The city says this time it is prepared for any amount of snow. This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Scott Goldberg, ABC News.
From the studios of WBONTV.com, here's what's happening. The three men last seen with missing Richmond woman Savannah Spurlock have been identified and questioned. According to Richmond police, no one has been charged with any criminal offense at this time. They report as they are heading the investigation that they are continuing the search for Savannah and appreciate everything the public and the media have done to assist in their efforts. If you have any information related to Savannah, contact the Richmond Police Department. A 37-year-old Richmond dad is now charged with incest after officials found out he had allegedly molested and raped his oldest daughter for years while she was underage. Reports from social services stated that the oldest biological daughter had 2 children and that her father, Jason Adams, was the father of both the children. His daughter allegedly claimed that she was frequently molested and that sexual relations had been going on from the time she was 13 years old until she recently moved to Perry County. Jason Adams had an active warrant and was placed under arrest on Friday night. When interviewed, he allegedly admitted to having sex with his oldest daughter multiple times, dated as far back as 2015 when she was underage. He is currently lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. A Winchester man is now in custody and facing charges after his dog allegedly killed his wife last year. 41-year-old Christopher Collins was taken into custody Sunday, served with a warrant for not reporting a previous incident with the pit bull, as well as for wanton endangerment. His wife, 45-year-old April, had died last November when the dog apparently attacked her at their home in Clark County. He is set to be arraigned in February. A beloved pet is dead in a home with total loss after an early morning fire in Lexington this morning. The blaze was incited on Glengarry Way just before the 8 hour. The homeowner was luckily out of town, leading to the neighbor being the one to report the fire. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and the only fatality is a cat. For more stories such as these, be sure to visit Richmond's very own WBONTV.com.
Wallingford Sports Show tonight. Going to talk about Estill County basketball as they take on Buckhorn tonight. Plus, going to give it a little prediction for the Super Bowl. It's going to be a fun show. We are live in Irvin, coming up right here now on the Wallingford Sports Show.
This is a special sports presentation of the Wallingford Broadcasting Company.
Sports fans, it's time for the Wallingford Sports Show. The Wallingford Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings and also brought to you in part by Jack Burford Chevrolet, the law office of Patrick O'Neill, King Brothers Used Cars, and Honchels. Now let's go live inside the Jack Burford Chevrolet studios discussing the hottest sports topics around. Here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
We are live at Estill County High School. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, and Samantha. It's an interesting evening here. We're down on the courtside while the freshman game is going on.
That's pretty cool.
Let's have Austin show that real quick. Watch these kids playing some ball. It's kind of cool how they're out there playing some hoops. The freshman game between Estill County and Buckhorn coming up later on right here on WBON TV and on WIRV on B99.3 FM and 1550 AM. You can listen to the Estill County or watch the Estill County game versus Buckhorn. Samantha, it is a fun day here. It's a fun week to be a sports fan.
It is a fun week for you.
We are building up to the big game on Sunday. We can't say the name of it, obviously, because of the trademark that is the NFL, but it is the big game on Sunday.
You're not allowed to say.
I'm going to just to protect myself, the super and the other word. We're not going to say them to just protect ourselves.
Is it because we're not part of CBS
I
or
guess.
what?
I don't know what it is. But
who made that rule?
the people that run the trademark, they make a lot of money off
Okay, we'll just call it the super game.
There you go. I like that, the super game. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
It is pretty super.
Well, it is super because, look at this. Got my Patriots gear on.
Super.
Look at that. Gosh, I tell you what, I am so excited because
if you guys only knew he can see himself in the monitor.
Yeah, this is too difficult. I can't handle this today. Normally,
so
Austin's kind of a little bit away from
it.
Thank you.
It's what everyone needs
Thank you.
to tell you.
You know, Samantha,
you have gotten your money's worth out of this thing, too.
Yeah. 3 weeks.
3 weeks in a row.
I've had it for 3 years.
And if they win Sunday, you're going to wear it again on Monday.
I'll wear it again next Monday, yeah. I might even wear it again if we lose because Tom Brady and Bill Belichick once again proved that they are the greatest of all time. And, of course, last week we didn't really get to dive into it, but, as soon as the game –
we're saving it. We're saving it for this week.
Exactly. So as soon as the game was set –
yes.
The Rams actually opened up as a favorite.
That didn't last long.
It did not last long because
people
all
are
the
still
money.
talking about the pass interference.
Yeah.
Every website you go on, people are like, it should be the Saints, should be the Saints,
Yeah. Well, and I think even today they're still discussing the issue that was that game. So,
and apparently the ticket holders for the Saints have sued the NFL organization.
And I think it's made its way to federal court.
Game.
I think it's made its way to federal court. So I don't know how you can do that because obviously it will not go to trial before this week. So a Super Bowl will be crowned beforehand.
And the NFL commissioner, he cannot go back and change a call. They're asking for every type of institution to get involved.
And I don't want to talk about those games much, but the Saints still had plenty of chances to win that game. So, I don't want to harp on that too much, but it is interesting that it's still going on, the lawsuit and everything going into it. So, but let's look ahead to the Super Bowl, the big game. Kelly said we were allowed to say it. Kelly texted me and said we're allowed to say it, so I'm going to say it.
Okay, good.
I'm going to say it. It is.
Still call it a super game because it is. It's going to be fun.
The third year in a row the Patriots are playing in it. Tom Brady's ninth, the most by any NFL quarterback.
Yeah, you
Bill
remind us of
Belichick's
that.
ninth, the most by any NFL head coach. And the Patriots, I think, 11th Super Bowl, which is the most of any franchise.
Yes.
So the team and this franchise has built something amazing. And it's honestly,
they really have.
I don't think you can say that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time without saying that Bill Belichick is the greatest of all time because of what he did in that game versus the Chiefs. Now, I'll give a prediction before we take our first commercial break, but we did our Facebook poll today, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Facebook poll, and we do that every single Monday night. Well, Austin's looked at it before we came on the air, and it was in heavy favorite of the
Patriots.
No, the Rams. 61% for the Rams.
I like
61% for the Rams, 39% for New England. So out of all the voters that we had today.
People are tired of them. People are tired of them.
Well, here's what I think, though. This is people saying, who do we want to win? Because, hey, listen to Steve Honcho over here. You can see him in the background. He's going to break our camera. But, yeah, Steve's over here. Obviously, Honcho.
We're not talking about this game. We're not talking about this game.
But, 31% picking New England, 69% picking the Rams. And that is
they're exciting.
I tell you what, I'm very nervous about this game. But let's talk about Patrick O'Neill first. The Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, located in Breathitt County. If you need help with deeds and wills, a criminal defense case that's coming up, workers' compensation.
Everybody needs that. Deeds,
a lot
wills,
of stuff. Yeah,
everybody.
exactly.
Living wills.
And what Patrick does is he lives over in Clark County, but he serves in Breathitt County. That's where his office is at, but he serves everywhere. His office is in Jackson. For a free consultation, call 606-666-2990. And he has been here in Irvin quite a bit. He works in Winchester, Berea, Richmond, Wolfe County. I mean, you name it, Patrick O'Neill will come to you there and be your lawyer. So if you need help today, Call 606-666-2990. A quick update on the freshman game here. Buckhorn leads Estill County 10-3 in the freshman game here at the high school, Samantha. So let's talk about the Super Bowl. Big game, obviously. New England, again, third year in a row in the Super Bowl. The Rams actually playing against New England again. Now, the last time the Rams were here was when Tom Brady and this Patriots team started their dynasty about 18 years ago when New England became what they were. They knocked off the greatest show on turf, if you will, was the name of that so-called team with Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. So New England being there again is not a surprise. And this Rams team doing it a different way. New England did it with, draft picks and building their team from within, whereas this Rams team, other than their starting quarterback and Todd Gurley, a lot of their players that have came in were via trade or free agency.
So they started with their young quarterback, and then they built the team around him. They've developed their team.
Yeah, which is
and
what
I like that.
A lot of teams are doing
the
that.
Last month and a half, that's what everybody's talking about. We want what the Rams are doing. They want a Sean McVay.
Yeah, and then he is, I think, 15 years younger than Tom Brady, not 15 years, 6 years younger than Tom Brady, but he's a lot younger than Bill Belichick.
Yeah, 33 to 66, right?
Exactly.
Something like that.
And everybody's talking about the experience discrepancy. New England's been here before, obviously, several times. The Rams have not. So it's really guys like Aqib Talib and some of these veteran players that are with the Rams that are trying to help this team, show them the way, if you will. And
I hope they don't get too caught up this week. It is a very wild. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I just, with their lack of experience being in this type of situation, that has to come into play with the fans coming in this week and all the hoopla and all the news conferences. I just hope that they stay focused, stay on task. It ought to be a good game.
So before I give my prediction, I do want to say this. So with New England, they very rarely blow teams out. Now, in the regular season, you might see a blowout. Last year in the playoffs, they blew out the Titans. But very rarely in the playoffs will you see them blow a team out. Because the way against the Chargers, I guess you could say they did, but the Chargers made a late run. Never really thought they were going to come back in the game, but they made it at least a little bit respectable. What New England will do is they will run their game plan. They will stick to their game plan, and then hopefully – they'll come out on top. Now, this game will be close.
That's what you're hoping.
This game will be close. I think it's going to be a very close game. The over-under was kind of set, I think, in the low 50s, maybe the mid-50s. New England now a 2.5-point favorite.
Yes,
if you look at the way Vegas has it, so Vegas is expecting a close game. I'm going to say New England defeats the Rams by the final score of 34-27. That's my score prediction. I think it'll be a 7-point game.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
I think it'll be a low-scoring game. What I think will happen is that New England will have a 4-point lead. They'll get a late field goal to take a 7-point lead. The Rams will have a late drive and come up short. New England will hold on and win.
Game plan. You have thought this through.
I've sat through 9 of these. I've seen how New England does it. Last year, it was kind of a high-scoring game.
All the Rams fans feel bad.
No, I'm scared. I think the Rams.
9 of these.
Well, I think the Rams are a very capable team to win this game.
They've got a lot more players that they're talking about, All-Americans. They got a lot more players that fans are talking about and the media is talking about rather than the
Just Tom Brady. Yeah, because you got Tom Brady and Gronk, basically.
They're talking about what's
Julian Edelman. Yeah. So, but for the Rams team, you got Jared Goff, you got Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, you've got Todd Gurley on. That's just on offense. Exactly. On defense, you got all these high-paid guys.
Marcus Peters.
On defense,
I wrote them all
Aqib
down.
Talib, Aaron Donald, and Dominican Sue. So all these guys are making their money, and they want to win. They're making their money. They want to take that money. They want to win with it. So it'll be a very interesting game, but I'm saying 34-27 New England wins.
Okay. I want to go with the Rams. I'll do an opposite score.
Okay, let's turn your mic down. You're going to say something like that.
I have to. I think it's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah.
But I also said 2 weeks ago that I thought the Super Bowl game should have been the Chiefs.
New England,
Yeah, and New England. But I'm really excited. If you remember, I liked the Rams last year.
Yeah.
I thought this is such a young team. It's exciting. I'm excited that they're going to come out in these really cool offbeat uniforms from many years ago. And to me, that's fun. That's what the Super Bowl is all about. Not just the players, but it is about the team. For fans like me that like the whole hoopla of it all, we like the halftime show. We like that national anthem.
And if you're fans
of
the
commercials.
if you're fans of the Rams, you've been waiting for this game
for
18 years because you want to seek retribution from the last time you were here. And this same team, Tom Brady and the Patriots, defeated you. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
What do you think about him? Like, he used to be a Patriots player, right?
Yeah.
So this is really a revenge game for him. Did he leave on good terms?
We traded him. I think he is better served to be with the Rams because they gave him an extension and more money than what he would have made with
everybody
New England.
wants that.
Exactly. So he's better served to be on the Rams team because of the contract that he was given after he was traded over there. But I don't think it'll be one of those games where he's like, you know what, they traded me, they didn't want me. I think for him it's a case where he's probably in a better system for him.
Yes.
Because he didn't really have a great year last year for New England. Even though he was our #1 receiver, he didn't put up gaudy numbers to be that #1 guy. So I think it'll be interesting to see how he plays. But I think this game is going to come down to the offensive line of New England versus that defensive line of the Rams. Can they get a pass rush?
Yes.
You know, the two teams that we have played thus far in the playoffs, the Chargers and the Chiefs, both have amazing defensive lines and pass rushers. Now, the Rams have that too. They have Aaron Donald. They have Ndamukong Suh.
Right.
Can New England prevent the pass rush of the Rams to getting to their quarterback? Because Tom Brady has only been touched a few times. He's not been sacked at all in the playoffs.
No, they're fantastic at guarding him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They protect him.
And rightfully so.
They got to protect that
It's like I protect you, Samantha, when we're here. I don't want the ball or anything to come over
because I'm not looking.
You.
You're facing forward. I'm looking at you. So if it comes, you better stop it.
We are live here at Estill County High School today, the Wallingford Sports Show, and the freshman game right now in the second quarter. Buckhorn leads 12-7. Later on tonight on WBONTV.com and on 9.3 WRV, you can listen to or watch the Estill County Buckhorn varsity game. Two of the teams kind of in the middle of the pack of the 14th region, so it should be a pretty good ball game.
It'll be a nice matchup.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good ball game.
Coach Bentley's standing over there. He's watching, so he's in the building.
Danny and William will have the call for you on that one, and Samantha will have the halftime interview. That game coming up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock will be the varsity game, so stay tuned for that.
This Buckhorn team gets out of here early enough to where
to beat the snow.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're getting a hurricane wind overhead.
I like it. I'm burning up in this jacket, so
you can take it off. No one would mind.
You want to see the biceps? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that's
what it sounded like to me. Samantha wants to see the biceps. We'll pull them out in a few minutes, guys. All right.
Well, now we got to go to commercial.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. One more quick note before we do go to commercial break. So if you're watching us over on our Facebook page, we do want to say thank you for watching us. But eventually, I'd say by this time next year, Facebook is kind of putting a halt to these live broadcasts, so we will only be able to broadcast over on our YouTube page and on our website. So if you're a fan of WBONTV.com and our live sporting events, the sports show, election coverage that we do, make sure to familiarize yourself with the website, WBONTV.com. It is super simple. There's a Watch Live tab on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Click that, make yourself comfortable with it, and just kind of get used to that because eventually these live broadcasts on Facebook will be coming to an end. We'll take a short commercial break. When we come back, we will talk about Kentucky and their big win over Kansas. Plus, we'll preview this matchup tonight between Estill County and Buckhorn back in a few moments on the Wallingford Sports Show.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Ponchos in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, Izod, Lee jeans, and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchos carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchos on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
You know the Chevy Silverado is a real pretty truck. But it's not just a real pretty truck. Get a real truck. Get a Chevy Silverado. Visit jackburford.com 24/7 and be sure to subscribe to the Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
Or video, and look for me on Facebook and Twitter too. Thanks for watching and listening.
The Coyote.
Back on the Wallingford Sports Show, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here at Estill County High School with the freshman game going on literally right in front of us right now with Elliot Hardy, William Hardy's son, throwing it in. And,
check out their jerseys. That's pretty
I like
cool.
those jerseys,
Buckhorn.
yeah.
It says Wildcat Basketball. It doesn't have their county, doesn't have their name of their school.
And this Buckhorn team, they've got they've had a pretty good program the last few years. Obviously, their longtime coach, John Noble, is now the head coach at Breathitt County, but Corey Hoskins took over for him a couple of years ago. Corey, now the head coach at Buckhorn, and he's done a good job with this program. He's a guy that played there. He grew up there. He knows this system well, so he knows the Buckhorn Wildcats. Samantha, we do want to make note. You have a few more days, a couple more chances to get over to Buffalo Wild Wings for your chance to win 50 free wings for your Super Bowl party. So get over to Buffalo Wild Wings in the Richmond Center. Tell your server you want to sign up for the 50 free wings, courtesy of WBON TV and Buffalo Wild Wings, and you could win 50 free wings for your Super Bowl party, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. All you have to do is go over and give your name and phone number. We'll be over there live later on this week to draw a winner out for 50 free wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. So a pretty cool thing there, Samantha. And we will be back over there next Monday for the sports show.
So you can put your name in for the 50 free wings. That's hard to say.
Yeah, not 53, but 50.
Yeah, 50. So you can do it up until Saturday?
Yeah. We'll probably go over there Friday and do a little live Facebook feed and just kind of draw a winner out. So probably Friday. So get over there before Friday just to be safe and get yourself registered. And you can go over there every day this week. Monday, you go over there tonight sometime. Anytime between now and Friday, you can go every single day and get yourself signed up for 50 free wings. So, yeah, I can't win. You can win.
Why?
Tommy don't like me. No,
no, I can't win it.
Yeah, we don't want to be those kind of. We're over there rigging it up for us, you know. I will probably get some wings from there, but I'll probably pay for them. So.
Yeah, me too. So if you see us eating wings,
you know where we got them from. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Samantha, let's talk about Kentucky. Awesome last few weeks for Kentucky, and I saw somebody tweet a person that covers Kentucky over the weekend how they would love to see this Kentucky team in a rematch versus Duke. Now, I'll say this. I don't know if we want those kind of problems yet because Duke is
we're not there
Duke
yet.
is tough. But this team playing at an unbelievable level right now with everything they are doing. You know, you got Ashton Hagen's playing at a tremendous level.
Yes.
Reed Travis was a man. He was an absolute beast in the game versus Kansas.
So many people are on Reed Travis about how he needs to step up, and he finally did it.
And P.J. Washington is playing well. This team is playing so good. And, you know, they had the ESPN College Game Day there for the game versus Kansas.
Watched it.
Now they're saying that they might be coming back in a few weeks for the UT game.
And how cool would that be?
Well, I think
I think it's a pretty good – I'm going to guess 99% that they're coming back because apparently the College Game Day people, the workers, were all there saying, yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, because – they know that atmosphere is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Rupp Arena is a cool place to be, especially for a game like that.
Let's hope that's going to be a good game.
Well, the way Tennessee is playing right now, they're not playing as good as they were early on, but they're still, you know, the top team in the SEC. We're trying to get there. But I've been saying all year long, I think Tennessee is a good matchup for us because they've got two good big men that are not very tall. They're good. They're good athletes in Grant Williams and the other guy, I can't remember his name, but Grant Williams.
Williams is the guy that's
Schofield, Admiral Schofield.
That's it.
And Grant Williams are their two big men who are good athletes. They're not extremely tall. They would be good matchups for Reed Travis and P.J. Washington. Williams they can shoot the basketball.
Shot it up.
Yeah.
And what about Cal playing our two big men? I mean, they just dominated Kansas. They only had the one big guy because the one was out.
Azubuike's out for the year.
Was out for the year in injury. No, he grades.
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Both?
With him, yeah.
All right, a little bit of both. I got an inside scoop on that. But a little bit of both. So, anyway, how great was that? A lot of people have been telling him you got to go inside a lot more.
Yeah.
They made 0 threes in the first half. They made 4
and didn't bother him
in the second half.
Yeah.
So the thought, Cal's been saying we got to shoot threes, we got to shoot threes. So obviously with this game, we are now known as a team that you don't have to make the threes to win in a big game.
When you look
but
at
it would
this,
be nice.
At this team in the game versus Kansas, you got 18 points, 12 rebounds from Travis, 20 points, 13 rebounds from Washington, 15 and 10 from Keldon Johnson, 12 points, 8 assists from Higgins. If this team plays this way the rest of the year, they are going to be extremely tough to beat. Look at Ryan Powell. I love it. Fixing up my collar for me.
So the 3 of those players had double-doubles, which is the first time since 2010 when it was Cousins, Patrick Patterson, and I can't think of the third one.
Was it Wall?
Yes, Wall.
Well, so, yeah. But I tell you what, the way this team is playing, I think Keldon Johnson has to be our best player, but everybody else right now is pitching in.
I was not expecting you to say
They're all doing their part. But I think Johnson, if we want to be a national championship contender, he has got to be a guy that can take over a game.
What do you think about not a single player coming off the bench scored?
That doesn't worry me as much.
It worries me.
Because they contributed in other ways.
They did, defense.
And everybody else pitched in. I mean, there was not one guy that you could say because of him we won that game. I think everybody did their part. Travis, Washington, Keldon Johnson.
And it took
Hero did a good job.
I love him. I've liked him from day one.
He is a very underrated rebounder.
Yes,
Tyler
he
Hero.
is.
So he's an impressive player.
Defense is his game. And we kept saying it's going to be whoever out-rebounds the other one. And, boy, they did it. I was at a sports bar in San Francisco watching the game, and there were some other guys sitting next to us that the one of them had gone to UK. So it was pretty exciting to see them, people we didn't even know cheering on the Cats as well.
Wherever you go, you're going to find Cats fans. Wherever you go.
It's called the Golden Gate Tap Room.
Wow.
It was right downtown in San Francisco. It was pretty cool.
Now, you were down there for a dance-off, is that right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Dance-off. Like me dancing?
Well, nobody wants to see that. That would have been an L for you.
Either. No. It was for the NADA, National Auto Dealers Association.
Okay.
So we were down in the convention center, and it was pretty cool. So 3 or 4 days. So it was nice to get to see the Cats play while we were there. And I did stay in the room. John went on to work. I stayed in the room and watched College Game Day. I was like, I got to see this. Now, watching the one guy, Jay Williams, I believe, come out on the horse and opened up his shirt for Kansas at the end of College Game Day, that was a little disappointing. Yeah. They said the horse was like freaked out.
Oh, I believe, yeah.
And that
many people around, the noise.
Right after it went off the air, right there in Rupp Arena.
I might do the same after the show tonight. I don't know.
How crazy is it, though, that he went on a horse? I mean, that's a little weird. It was uncomfortably weird.
It was kind of cool because a guy that I actually went to high school with lives in Lexington. He's a big Kentucky fan.
Did he go?
He was out the night before having dinner and ran into Jay Billis and Jay Williams, and they both took a picture with his 2-year-old daughter. So that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
That's extremely cool for them to take pictures, because when they go out, fans are going to want pictures.
Yes.
They're like that with us. Whenever we come to these ball games,
I do get that.
You do? I was being sarcastic. Nobody's ever asked me for a picture.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was going to be extremely upset if you got asked for a picture and I never did. So
now I do get some looks every once in a while. People they recognize me, but it's almost like a look like, how do I know her? How do I know her?
Yeah. Whenever I go back home, people say, "Hey, there's that Michael guy. I know him from." What's he do?
Oh, wait,
see him on Facebook
basketball
a lot.
in high school.
Yeah, he was not very good either. So.
Now, what about Jay Billis doing the 94-foot
with the Kansas
segment
player?
With the Kansas player? There's a lot of turmoil about that today.
It's not a big deal to me. I mean, it's sour grapes. Kentucky was.
Have you seen on Twitter what his proposal for the reasoning of that
because
is?
Kentucky was practicing somewhere different.
Yeah,
and
they
Kansas
practice in Memorial Coliseum. They do their shoot-around. They do the whole game. They don't even come out until late to actually go into Rupp Arena.
That segment is pre-recorded, so it's not a huge deal to me.
Guess.
I mean, Kentucky fans always look for something to complain about. I'm one of them, but they always look for something to harp on.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal to me. Let it go. I mean, they're there to cover our team. Stuff like that, I think, will force them not to come back. If Kentucky fans are going to act like that, we don't want to go back there.
They go after people,
so,
don't they?
Yeah.
Just like the ref, was it 3 years ago, 2 years ago? They go after
Teddy
that
Valentine or whoever it was.
Yeah, they went after his business. They left him death threats on his voicemail.
That's 2K fans for you.
They are
I always
hot
talk about it. They don't like
heavy.
it. So.
But how great was that game? So we've beat 2 ranked opponents.
Three in a row. We beat
three,
Auburn.
but 2 in the last week and a half.
Well, you beat Auburn, on the
Or
19th.
hitting you as they walk by.
We beat Auburn on the 19th, and then
Yes.
Mississippi State at home by 21. That was a blowout. And then you beat Kansas a week
So
later
in the
after
last
beating
week.
Auburn. So in the last week and 2 days, we've knocked off
Three
three
teams,
ranked teams, and we're just playing so well right now. I don't know if his team is still there yet, but they're definitely moving in the right direction.
Right. 7th in the nation
as
now.
soon as that Duke game was over, everybody was saying, gosh, what a bad year we're going to have. As soon as we lost to Seton Hall, the end of the world was coming.
I think it too.
See, I don't, because you're not going to win every game. We're not going to have
I don't think we're going to be
Carl
national
Anthony Towns
champions.
team every single year. We're not going to have
that.
that.
Is true.
So.
You're right.
So
You're right.
Just get on my
But now,
side, Samantha.
Here's the thing. Okay, so let's go to this before we go to the commercial, because I'm sure we do. 2 things. Keldon Johnson got the SEC Freshman of the Week, which was kind of cool. That's like his 2nd or 3rd time.
Yeah, he'll win that award probably
He'll win it probably a lot more.
Yeah.
But I wanted to throw that in there because I know you said you really like him.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting you to say that was your favorite person of yesterday's game.
Out of the players we have right
Saturday's
now,
game.
I think Johnson is the only one that is a lock, other than Reed Travis, who will have to go to the NBA. But I think Johnson is the only one that's a lock to be an NBA draft pick next year.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. But
here's my thought is with Reed Travis playing the way he did, he actually, we're used to P.J. Washington making those faces and doing the, Reed Travis now
do it
has
again.
his
Can you
own
zoom in
face.
on that, Austin? You see it?
So we're used to him doing it, but
Yeah.
we're not used to Reed Travis
Showing
doing
some
it.
emotion, really.
So, and so I'm not so sure. He's got to come up with another face.
Yeah.
It wasn't as mean as
His
what
mean mug
we
is that
expect
what-
an inside guy to be.
Samantha, I will say this before we take our
the
commercial
aggression
break.
in him, though.
I think Kentucky loses 2 more games before
Tennessee.
the SEC tournament. I think we
2
lose.
times we played Tennessee, right?
I think we'll lose one of those games, and I think we lose
Auburn.
at Mississippi State.
Oh, there you go.
I think
'Cause
we lose
Auburn's
2
at
of those
home.
games. Yeah, Auburn's at home. So
Now, Vandy, hopefully we don't take them for granted.
yeah,
That
and on
is
the road,
tomorrow
Vandy's a
night.
hard place to play.
Vandy, that's exactly what I was going to
So-
say. It is not an easy venue to play in.
Let's take one more commercial break. When we come back, we'll look at the matchup tonight between Estill County and Buckhorn. Plus, we'll crown our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week. This is the Wallingford Sports Show coming at you live from Estill County on the stations of Wallingford Broadcasting. We are live on WIRV, WEKY, and WKXO, and you can watch us live on WBONTV.com.
24 to 11.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Ponchos in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt Eyeside Lee jeans and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchos carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchos on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
You know the Chevy Silverado is a real pretty truck, but it's not just a real pretty truck. Get a real truck. Get a Chevy Silverado. Visit jackburford.com 24/7 and be sure to subscribe to the Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
Back on the Wallingford Sports Show, we are live at Estill County High School. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. Samantha, before we get into our high school sports update, I want to talk about a special fourth grade team that we have available, or that's a very good team over from Berea. Southern Kentucky Select, or SKS. The fourth grade played last weekend in the Martin Luther King Classic at the KBC in Lexington. Austin has their picture up on the screen right now. In that tournament, it was an AAU tournament, a national AAU tournament that included several nationally ranked teams, and Berea's own Abraham Howard had a half-court shot buzzer beater at halftime to tie the game in the semifinals against a very good Gym Rats team from Indianapolis. SKS is based out of Berea, and they are the only team from Kentucky to make the Final Four of that national tournament, which was compiled of teams from Texas, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, West Virginia, Illinois, and Kentucky. And
That's a pretty big honor.
The fourth grade coach, Chris Razor, said the team that they played last weekend were from cities like Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Detroit, Louisville, and Chicago, and that small group of tough, undersized, outnumbered players from Berea made their mark on a national level. With their work ethic and love for the game, there's no limit to what those kids can achieve in the future. And Austin showing some of the pictures there from the team. Very cool. And I appreciate Chris reaching out to us and giving us that story. And you can look for that story. We're going to try to post that up this week on WBONTV.com with a little more of the detail into what those kids are doing. So kind of a cool thing there.
Every time this whistle blows right here next to us, I think that ball's coming right here at us.
Well, if it does, make sure that you get in the way of it, because I got to protect the moneymaker, okay? Got to protect the face. You know, this guy right here, his wife taught me in high school. Buddy Watkins is his name. He got the same last name as I do.
Tried to teach you.
Tried to teach me. Yeah, I was not a very good listener. So.
Tried to teach you.
But let's talk about the high school games that we have had
all
last
ages
week.
happen, man.
What
we
a
have
fun
big
tournament
week
that
in
was.
Richmond.
Yes, an exciting time. You know, we spoke to
Lori Tatum.
Lori Tatum during the game, during that first game.
Executive Director of Richmond Tourism.
And she gave us the same update. You know, last year there was like $1.5 million spent throughout the week, and a lot of teams from outside of our coverage area even were here in Richmond, or there in Richmond.
Yes.
And it was a great tournament.
All over.
The girls and boys championship games were awesome to be a part of. Alan Cutler and myself were on the call for the girls championship between Owensboro Catholic and Walton Verona. Game came down to the wire, and Owensboro Catholic ended up winning that game. And in the boys' game, we got to see two of the best players in the state in Kiki Tandy, who was going to play at Xavier, and Kyle Rode from LCA, who was going to play at Liberty. Both those guys put on a show, and it was University
Heights. We were hoping that Tandy kid was going to go to UK. For a little while, there was some talk
I'll
of
say
that.
this. I don't think he's good enough to play at Kentucky.
Okay.
But Xavier got a steal.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that could put Xavier over the top. He's that kind of talent. If he was 3 inches taller, he would be a great Kentucky player. He's a little bit undersized. He's a tremendous athlete, good shooter.
Yeah.
I just don't think he fits into what Coach Cal's system is.
Right.
But he's a very good basketball player. Yeah.
Do a great job for Xavier.
So, and Xavier's got a lot of Kentucky players coming there to play in the next couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see how our guys do up there.
Well, it's congratulations to Berea. They won their division, got in the All-A, won their first game. Wow. And then lost in the quarterfinals.
I tell you what, that is a
Berea
great
girls.
segue, because our player of the week for last week is a young lady from Berea that you and I got to interview on the sports show. Adrian Beggs from Berea was huge for the Lady Pirates in their run last week in the All-A Classic State Tournament. In the first round matchup with Wolfe County, she posted a tournament high 27 points plus added 17 rebounds. That is Isaiah Cozart-like numbers.
Yes,
27 and 17 in the first round win over Wolfe County. In the second round loss to West Carter, she only had 6 points and 5 rebounds, but she was in foul trouble quite a bit and kind of got played with that. But a good job by Adrian Beggs, who is our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week. Guys at King Brothers, go over there and check them out on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester. They've got a ton of good deals. It's tax time right now, so take your tax return over to King Brothers. Get you a great new-to-you used car over at King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester. And you can check out their entire inventory at kingbrotherscars.com.
Yeah, if you can't make it to Winchester, just get online.
Yeah,
Everything's online.
See what they have
Great
available
website.
over there.
That's right.
You know, Samantha, we didn't really get to see Madison Central play last week, but they had some tough games.
Well, they just lost
on the road to Trinity, and that just goes to show you how tough this schedule is.
Yes, Coach Feldhouse,
he always does it. They always play a tough schedule. They always put the premium teams
Yes.
on that schedule. And Trinity, once again, being one of those teams on the schedule they played last week. It was a good game. Indians fell short by 10.
By 10, 52 to 42.
Once again, this just goes to show you how good this team can be going on the road against one of the top teams in the state and only losing by 10 points. Yeah, that's been their issue all year long.
That is true.
In the Scott County game, it was the issue. In the some of the other games that they've played, some of the top teams in the state, they've struggled with turnovers. So that's the big thing for them. If they can not turn the ball over, take care of the ball, and just play with Isaiah Cozart, play the inside-outside game, they can beat any team in the state.
All right, I know you're on Twitter, so there's been a lot of tweets lately. Some of these places pushing Cozart to try to get the
some
Kentucky,
votes,
some votes for him as the what do they call it?
Mr. Basketball.
I was going to say Player of the Year, but
that's what it is. But it's a Mr. Basketball award. It basically says you are the Player of the Year. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And how cool would that be?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Cool.
With some of the injuries we've seen to like Dante Allen, who's a kid from Pendleton County, who's going to Kentucky, Michael Moreno, with guys like that who are injured.
Moreno's Scott County, right?
Cozart and Johnson from Trinity has also been injured, so he could really sneak up in there if he could get some more statewide recognition, get some more votes.
So we got to retweet some of those tweets.
Yeah.
Got to put it out there because it is kind of the publicity stunt, just kind of like the Oscars and everything else, getting nominated. He's got to get nominated and get his name out there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the numbers. He can do it.
Oh, he's got the numbers for sure. I mean, I think he had 28 and 18.
Yeah.
No, it was 20. He had 24 rebounds and I think 28 points in the game last week versus somebody.
Right.
And then had a big night against Trinity as well. So he's continuing to put up double-double, double-double every single night.
Right. You know what he needs to do? He needs to come out like Josh Allen and say, if I'm not the #1 draft pick, I don't know who's going to be.
Do a good,
guess what?
One thing that you and I don't.
He might be.
He really might be. You're right.
How cool would that
Josh
be?
Allen
Another
might be.
person has now come out and said, yeah, he could be.
But one thing I'll say about you and I not struggling with is self-promotion. Maybe we could help Cozart with that.
We could. I'll just keep retweeting.
There you go.
He is such a good kid. And what's great is my daughter's a senior this year too, Maori, and so she and Cozart were in like preschool together. I have pictures I could bring in of him when he was little.
Wow.
Little. It's unbelievable to think of him
for his sake,
little.
don't embarrass him like that. I feel like he is easily embarrassed. So I don't know if we should do that to him.
No, but it's sweet.
Yeah,
it's
he's
sweet.
a good kid, though.
Class.
He's very humble.
And he was the same size as the rest of them.
Well, he's not no more.
No
he's not
more.
the same size
That's
as
my
I'm not
point.
right now.
No more is he that, but he's a great kid.
Tonight we have.
Some school will be getting a good kid.
Tonight we have Estill County and Buckhorn.
Yep.
Buckhorn comes in tonight 15-7, and Estill County, even though they're not with the wins they had last year, the same team they had last year, playing much better. As of late are the Engineers, with their last 2 losses coming against a good Breathitt County team on the road, only by 13, and then lost last week here at home to a pretty good Bath County team, but only by 2 points. So they're playing very well right now, and Joe Benton has been the kind of player that Coach Bentley needed him to be the entire year. In the last 3 weeks, he has put up gaudy numbers for Estill County, including a 38-point performance last week versus Lee County, and another 30-point performance versus Breathitt County. So Joe Benton has been a beast.
He was our player of the week last week.
He was our player of the week last week, and he's one of those guys.
Got his 1,000 point. Didn't he score his 1,000 point?
Yeah,
the week before, 2 weeks
so
before.
I think he should be getting some recognition for 14th Region Player of the Year.
Yeah, he should.
And I think that award normally goes to a senior,
but
Joe kind of sticking his claim right now as I could be the best player in the region next year.
Is that fair? Should they keep it as a senior? Because Joe could get it.
Maybe I think it's a good senior award, so I think we need to kind of stick with that. But I think Joe kind of sticking his claim right now that I could be the best player in the region next year.
Oh, that is true.
So
because he is already.
Yeah. We are live at Estill County High School, courtesy of the Jack Burford Chevrolet Traveling Studios, and right now a great time to go check out the YouTube page of Jack Burford Chevrolet for some awesome deals and some little tidbits and tips on the vehicles they have over there at Jack Burford Chevrolet. So go check that out.
Cars, all types of videos, how to work your video in the dash, things like that.
Not only are the salespeople at Jack Burford Chevrolet salespeople, but they're also YouTube famous. So they are kind of double dipping over there at Jack Burford Chevrolet right now.
Now they're movie stars.
Yeah.
They're going to be more movie
Don't
star
say it.
quality than you.
Oh my gosh, why would you say it? Now I'm going to have to go over there and sell a car or two.
You could do it.
Yeah. All right, we'll see.
You got to learn more info. More info about cars, less info about sports.
Let's take one more commercial break. When we come back, some big news today out of the NBA. Anthony Davis wants to be traded. We'll talk about that. And is it good for the NBA that guys like this continue to do that? Yeah. We'll talk about that when we come back. We are live at Estill County High School. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Ponchos in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt Eyeside Lee jeans and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchos carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchos on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
You know the Chevy Silverado is a real pretty truck, but it's not just a real pretty truck. Get a real truck. Get a Chevy Silverado. Visit jackburford.com 24/7 and be sure to subscribe to the Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.
Look for me on Facebook and Twitter, too. Thanks for watching and listening.
The Coyote.
Live at Estill County High School, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. Samantha, tonight, not only we have a basketball game here, but Berea and Estill County girls are playing right now over in Berea.
That'll be a good game.
Should be a good matchup. Estill County kind of middle of the pack in the 14th region, and obviously Berea having an amazing year right now on girls basketball.
19-5.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I tell you what,
hopefully it'll be a good game.
I think it will be. You know, Berea has played some good teams this year. They've done a good job of building up their schedule. But the Estill County, good matchup for Berea with some of their size as well down low. So that should be a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, we had them on the show a couple weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. So it was good to talk to them. You know, I was introducing myself to him, and he's like, "Oh, I've met you, their coach," and I was like,
"From Berea?"
Yeah, I was like, we've met because I've interviewed you during halftime, but I don't really get a chance to talk to you. So he's like, "Oh yeah, that's true. We don't really get to talk." So it was kind of fun talking to him.
So, the big news today in the NBA: Anthony Davis wanting a trade out of New Orleans. Now, there's been speculation about this for quite some time because of everything that's going on with New Orleans Pelicans. They've had a pretty rough year, to say the least, and they've had injury issues.
It's not as bad as the Cleveland.
Not as nobody's as bad as Cleveland right now. But it's not a surprise to me that he announced it.
Yeah.
But the timing is a little bit interesting because we're 10 days away from the NBA trade deadline. Now, what this does do is it gives teams the capability of trying to put a last-second or a last-minute offer together for the services of Anthony Davis. Obviously, anybody that has any kind of hope of being a good NBA team would love to have Anthony Davis on their roster.
True.
Probably a top 5 player in the NBA when healthy. Steve Hunter says, is he going to Golden State? I don't think he can't go to Golden State, obviously, because of the salary. Unless he said, I want to pay for the minimum, which is not going to happen.
He possibly could go to L.A.
Well, right now, the teams that I'm hearing that have the best chance to land him as of this season before the trade deadline are either the New York Knicks or the Los Angeles Lakers. Now,
I've
trade,
also heard the Celtics.
The Celtics can't. I don't know the exact terminology of it or the exact.
You would like that though if they did.
I would love that. I would love that. But for some reason, the Celtics, because of Kyrie Irving's contract, could not trade for Davis this year. They would have to wait until the offseason.
And Davis doesn't want to wait a year.
Exactly. So there are some things they would have to work out in order to get Anthony Davis. So
here's my question to you, and we talked about it in the commercial break. Have these players, big name players like this, done this for years and years and years, and we're just finding out about it because of Twitter?
I think
they post,
I think what started it was LeBron James and the decision to go to Miami. That's what started the movement of all these players
putting it out there publicly.
wanting to put it out there in the public, but also team up and be a part of a better team because
And
they know
Davis deserves a better team.
He does.
And he just didn't get on the All-Star team.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
made me mad.
Yeah.
I was like, he deserves to be on the All-Star team.
What I think is the most interesting thing about these players doing that is, a lot of times people say, well, these players are only in it for the money. Well, these guys want to win. They are doing
Davis
this
isn't in it for the money.
because they want
bucks.
to win.
Right.
Jimmy Butler, who requested a trade earlier this year, Kawhi Leonard, who went from the Spurs to the Raptors, all these guys, Kyrie Irving, who wanted out of Cleveland. These guys are doing this to win.
To win. They want to be a part of a super team.
They know their resume if they want to be known as an amazing player
and
or
to be an all-star player.
Exactly. To go down in history, you have to win.
Do you think that's a coincidence that he didn't get on there this past weekend and now all of a sudden he wants to be traded?
No, I think Davis's issue is because he's in the Western Conference and you guys like LeBron, Kevin Durant, Paul George, who are maybe just as good and maybe they play in bigger markets and are more popular, so they're going to get more of the votes.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why he was not voted an all-star starter. He'll still make the all-star team. He just won't be labeled as a starter in the all-star game.
Which he don't like that.
No, and that'll kind of maybe give him some fuel to the fire.
Caliber will want that.
Yeah.
All right, who's the NBA guy in the State Farm commercials? Chris
Paul.
Paul, that's his last name.
He's injured every single year.
Yeah, I love him in those State Farm commercials.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. When
James Harden is good too.
When they're laying there looking up at the clouds, and I think it's hilarious.
We've not talked about the NBA as much this year. I've kind of tried to scale it back a little bit.
I'm glad.
I will give you
We will. We'll get there as soon as high school basketball's over.
Yeah, and the playoffs start and the NFL's over.
Yeah,
we'll get
there won't be anything else happening other than baseball and NBA.
But I will give you a prediction. I think there are a couple of teams that have the pieces that if they wanted to make a huge splash could go after Anthony Davis. I don't know if the Milwaukee Bucks will, but the Bucks will. I think the Bucks have the pieces and they have the reason to go after a guy like Anthony Davis because they could be huge playmakers in the Eastern Conference and maybe a championship contender with the Greek Freak Anthony Davis. They would be two of maybe the top 6 or 7 best players in the NBA on the same team. So that would be interesting to see.
There's another UK guy down in New Orleans, right? I can't think of his name.
Julius Randle, Darius Miller. There's a couple of them.
I was thinking of Randle.
Yeah, Darius Miller's also there. No, but if Davis does get traded, that would open up more playing time for Julius Randle, who has been playing very well in that system for the Pelicans.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of was Randle.
Well, Samantha, it's been a fun show as we're getting ready to come to a close. Yeah, getting ready to come to a close. We do want to let you all know.
It's 50-24 in case you're 25.
Yeah, the freshman game. Freshman game going on right now. The JV game will follow.
Estill County's down.
Yeah, 50-25, getting ready to come to an end here in the freshman game. Do want to make note, if you are a fan of WBONTV.com and you love watching our local sports cast, our sporting events, the sports show, our election coverage, do make yourself familiar with our WBONTV.com website. Now, I'll tell you one way that I think is the easiest way to watch our sporting events and our live broadcast. If you have a smart TV, all you have to do is go to your web browser, type in WBONTV.com, click the Watch Live button in the upper right-hand corner from your web browser on your TV, and the game and our sporting events and all these live broadcasts will appear live on your big screen at home.
Yeah.
And you can do it through the Roku channel.
If you have like a really big TV, it's going to be a really big show.
Yeah, I watched Danny and William here a few weeks ago against Powell County on my TV doing it that way. So that's the easiest way, I think, is to go to their website from your web browser on your smart TV. So keep that in mind. Familiarize yourself with WBONTV.com because when Facebook puts the Facebook broadcast to an end, you will need to familiarize yourself with that.
Now, we could be wrong, but that's where it's trending.
Exactly.
And it could happen. We don't want it to happen.
We also do want to say Don't forget Buffalo Wild Wings. A chance to win 50 free wings for your Super Bowl party.
Making me hungry.
Get over to Buffalo Wild Wings tonight or anytime before Friday and get yourself registered. And make sure to tune in to WBONTV.com. Keep checking back on the Facebook page to see who the winner is on Friday of those 50 free wings, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond.
Oh, yeah, we got to do a little video on them. You could put a little video. Are you hot in your fancy, smancy jacket? It's not real breathable.
Fancy, smancy. That's what I like to be called.
It's polyester.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, it makes a sound when you scratch it.
Does it say meow? Is that what it does when you scratch it? Oh, it does make a sound. Okay. Don't forget, coming up later on tonight, Estill County will take on Buckhorn in high school boys basketball.
Be a good game.
That game can be watched live right here on WBON TV or listen to it on V99.3 WIRV or 1550 AM WIRV. So, for our complete crew, our producer on the radio side, Jaden Johnson. For our producer on the TV side, Austin Hanks.
You're going with the Pats.
34-17 New England. 34-17. I'm calling it right. Or no, 34-27. Excuse me. 34-27 New England will win over the Rams in the Super Bowl next week.
I don't care what the score is as long as the Rams win.
All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the Wallingford Sports Show.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester. Or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
It's all about the music. Honchels in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, eyesight, Lee jeans, and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchels carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchels on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Every Sunday night.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
You know the Chevy Silverado is a real pretty truck, but it's not just a real pretty truck. Get a real truck. Get a Chevy Silverado. Visit jackburford.com 24/7 and be sure to subscribe to the Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. GM Tommy Martin invites you to come watch your favorite team play at Buffalo Wild Wings, the best game day atmosphere and happy hour in town. Menu items as low as $2 each weekday 2 to 7 and again 10 till close. Plus wing specials every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food. Buffalo Wild Wings, Richmond Center.